Welcome to the Dirt Court Jesters podcast, your home for dirt track racing across the country and right here in Southwest Ohio. This is Josh, joined with EJ, episode 86, Speed Week bangs, the home team wins, and World of Outlaws plus high limit. I hope you guys are ready to get dirty. This week in dirt racing history, we're going back to June 22nd of 2019 at Wayne County with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Buddy Kofoid gets his first All-Star Circuit of Champion win. Parker Price Miller would finish in second, and the lowrider, Dale Blaney, would round out the podium.
Let me talk to you.
This week's talking points, EJ, we got some Ohio Sprint SpeedWeek takeaways to talk about. I don't know how much of it you caught. I caught quite a bit of it. Man, was it a good SpeedWeek or what?
Absolutely, Josh. There's been a lot of good racing. I was really looking forward to this episode just because of that. Ohio SpeedWeek was one of the best speed weeks that we've seen out here in quite a few years. There was so many memorable moments. It's unfortunate I wasn't able to get out to any of them. But you know the product they did put on the track, Josh, I was like, wow, man. I mean, this is up here with Skagit. This is up here with Huset's, the High Bank Nationals. This is ranking right up here with some of the best racing that's going on. And And we've been talking that, the All-Stars is really stacked and stuff. And, this is just a product of that and just some of the banger tracks that we got out here in Ohio.
Yeah, unfortunately, Millstream rained out. I was at Eldora. They got rolling there, but that's about as far as they got. Yeah. Didn't get any of the heat races in, unfortunately. Got to get to the track, hang out, got to see the cars under power. That was good. But they didn't get all the qualifying in for the All-Stars, and the rain wrapped that up. But, man, they had some killer nights. Go back and check it out if you can. If you got Flow, if you got YouTube, you should be able to at least check out the features at Attica. The first night, Craig Mintz dominates. And, we'll talk about this a little bit. AFCS, man, they got to be proud. We know they got some really good drivers up north, and they showed here during Ohio Sprint SpeedWeek. After Attica, they went to Sharon, where Zeth Sabo would dominate, and he would get his first All-Star Circuit of Champions win. Like we said, Millstream rained out, and then Wayne County. Crazy night there, right? They had the accident where the guy went into the infield and ended up striking some of the photographers. Thankfully, no one was hurt any worse than they were. I know some recovery is definitely going to be taking place when it comes to that. But we're just glad it wasn't any worse than that, and thinking of those folks and hoping they heal up soon. And what a way to end the night, and what a way to finish the race at Wayne County. Kaleb Henry from the back to the front. Kaleb Henry ends up at the tail, only to do a double slider in 3 and 4 past Darren Nida and Brandon Spihaler, and Kaleb Henry gets the win. EJ, did you catch that feature at Wayne County?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you were saying about the photographers and stuff in the infield, definitely the condolences with them and their recovery going forward. Kaleb Henry, he blew a tire there. I think it was just a couple laps into the feature or so. They didn't even reach lap traffic by the time he did that. And so he went to the back of the pack. So he started in 23rd place or so, maybe 22nd or whatever. And he wheeled that thing all the way to the front, and those last couple laps, I mean, he passed, I think, 3 cars there. Coming out of 2 there, and that was definitely what a performance from him that night, man. That was so exciting. And yeah, just a bunch of bangers that we've seen out here in Ohio, man. It really it emphasizes what Ohio Speedweek is, and I'm looking next year to get out to hopefully every race.
Nice. That would be on my bucket list as well. After Wayne County, they went to Eldora. The track looked like it was going to be fast. Unfortunately, the rain came. They did not get that in. Then they moved to Wainsfield, and a bang banger there. Chris Andrews comes out of turn 4 in second place, but beats Bryce Lucius coming to the line. I mean, you did just one after the other. Like Wayne County, you don't think you could top it. You get rained at Eldora, then the next night you race at Wainsfield, which, by the way, hasn't ran in a year. Yeah. And besides a little spot in between 3 and 4, the track really, I thought, looked good. And it showed there at the end. Chris Andrews beats Bryce Lucius to the line, and he gets the win at Wainsfield. Did you catch that one?
Yeah, I definitely seen the highlights. I just know that anytime Wainsfield has ever run 410 sprint cars, to my knowledge, it's always a banger. I don't know what it is about that track. I've never been there, but anytime I've ever seen anything to do with sprint cars there, they definitely put on a good product.
Yeah, they'll be back there, I believe, in October, and $20,000 to win, if I'm not mistaken. So if you got a chance, get to Wainsfield. I've been to Wainsfield multiple times. It's pretty cool track, and one you got to see sprint cars at.
Yeah, is that under the All-Star sanction then, or what?
If I remember right, yes, I believe it is.
Good deal.
I want to say it's like the very first weekend in October. So looking to get back to Wainsfield there with the All-Stars, but they move on from Wainsfield during sprint week to Fremont, and Cap Henry gets the lead halfway through the race, and he holds off Kaleb Henry. Kaleb Henry was coming. I don't know if another lap would have done it, but it would have been interesting. But hey, you know what? Lap count was a lap count. Cap Henry gets the win there at Fremont. Then they're back at Wayne County, and that was interesting in itself. We'll talk about that a little bit later. It was supposed to be Atomic. It moved back to Wayne County, and they wrap it up. At one point, the top 5 were under a blanket. Zeth Sabo grabs his second win of Speedweek and his second All-Star Circuit of Champions win by a nose over Darren Nida. Nobody saw Darren Nida coming out of 4 there. He almost sneaked past Zeth Sabo, but Zeth Sabo gets the win to wrap up Ohio Sprint SpeedWeek. Banger after banger after banger, and a really good speed week here in Ohio. Put it up against anything. Average car counts over 40. 4 of the 7 nights, they had 40 or more cars. And really, you got to say, AFCS won Ohio Sprint SpeedWeek. Craig, Zeth, and Cap all had wins, and your 2026 Ohio Sprint SpeedWeek champion was Cap Henry. In my opinion, no one driver really dominated this Speed Week, but the second half of Speed Week is what led to Cap Henry being your champion. Like you said, really good sprint week here in the state of Ohio in 2026.
We're moving on with our Speed Week finale. It was moved from Atomic. We seen a statement post from Atomic that said, "We're disappointed by the decision made to move the Ohio Sprint SpeedWeek finale from Atomic Speedway. But unfortunately, these are the things that happen with our current situation." It goes on to say, "We aren't done fighting to keep Atomic Speedway alive yet. We look forward to welcoming the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series on July 3rd for the Independence 50. They also said, "We hope things change for the better," and they want to thank the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series for sticking with them for this event.
Yep.
Yeah, we've been talking recently, Josh. It's not been looking good for Atomic. Their Speed Week finale was moved from there to Wayne County. Their front pond there in the center infield run out of water to water the track. We all know they're in debt a good bit. And they've been pulling water out of their back ponds to be able to water the track. And Yeah, it still looks like they're looking to exercise the Wednesday series there.
Yeah.
So that's good to see, but definitely Atomic Speedway is really close to my heart, man, and I just hope that this Lucas Oil thing sticks. That way everybody's able to get out and experience this track at least for once if you've never been there.
Sure. I couldn't agree more. And, as we go on into this talking points segment, you'll talk about some other tracks. Hey, that's the last thing any of us want to see. We don't want to see the gates getting shut down. There's times we can certainly be critical of facilities, but we're all wanting the best in the end, and hope Atomic can find someone either to work with them or someone to buy the track outright. That way they keep that place running.
Next, also, Humboldt Speedway in Kansas is listed for sale. Over 33 acres. It's fully operational property. It's definitely motorsports set up there. It's professionally maintained. It's a quarter-mile D-oval clay track. Not really sure of all the work that's been going on out there recently, but grandstand seatings, concessional facilities, and ample parking. Good parking area there, Josh.
Yeah.
It's also got multiple on-site buildings, totaling, it looks like, 4,370 square feet. Strong regional following there at the track, and it's got a proven event history out there as well. There's also excellent highway access, so there's not, a huge detour off of the highway to get there. It's kind of sitting right there in convenience. And there's also it looks like a house maybe on site. If you've got the money, you could buy you a house and put it on property of the racetrack, Josh, and more than likely, if you're going to get this house, you're not going to do a lot of complaining. This is an awesome property out there, and it looks like it's for a really good price.
Yeah, one of the many speedways, unfortunately, that are coming up, but they're out there, and if you think you can do something with it, they're available. We just talked about Atomic, now we're talking about Humboldt, and EJ, you're going to run Red Dirt Raceway up next.
Yeah, and Red Dirt Raceway, it's also up for sale, effective immediately, Josh. $350,000. It's got 32 acres in Lincoln County, Oklahoma. The bleachers and concrete blocks around the track have been removed, it seems like recently. So litigation against the track has been resolved there in full, and there are no restrictions inhibiting the sale or operation of the property. So this is starting to become a trend that, we all fear is only going to get worse, unfortunately. If you can get to your local track, please do it, because they definitely need your support right now.
Yeah, like we said, those aren't the only tracks up. I know Atomic's trying to find something, but if you go search, you could find some other racetracks for sale. So hopefully some people can come in and save these tracks so us local folks can continue to visit and check out the thing that we love to do. Moving on to Southern Raceway and Hunt the Front, February 11th through the 13th of 2027 will bring the biggest event in Southern Raceway history when a World of Outlaw late models series stops by. Night one's going to be a Hunt the Front event, followed by back-to-back nights with the World of Outlaws. And on that note, I heard that the World of Outlaws and Lucas Oil were working together at times during Eldora Dream Week, and it made me think, wouldn't it be nice if during King's Royal Week, when High Limit and World of Outlaws are both there, they're at the same place at the same time, if they had some kind of a winged sprint car conference or training during the week? The facilities are there. It would give each chance to converse, even if it's not about the back-to-back night co-sanctioned wing, non-wing race annually between the two that I would like to see, but about safety and the health of the sport as a whole. Why not take advantage of this time? EJ, I think it's perfect. I mean, I don't know where else you're going to have all of your high limit, all of your World of Outlaw staff at a facility like Eldora, where they have the means to hold meetings and things of that. These guys can come together and start working together. It sounds like on the late model side, that's something that's starting to occur. And you know what? We don't know behind the scenes. Maybe this is already going on, but I think Kings Royal Week would be a good time for both these series to get together to work on some things. And it's in the middle of the season on top of that. So just a thought I had. What are your thoughts on it, EJ?
Yeah, definitely thinking the same thing. Being around the Kings Royal last year was not the greatest looking out there. There was a lot of injuries in the sport, led to a lot of big season changes, Josh, for both series for that matter. So, yeah, I see Eldora being the prime place to do it, and we're getting busy as far as the crown jewels are concerned. We'll talk here just in a little bit more about the Houston Tide Bank Nationals, which is continuing to do good things. And yeah, I like to see the attention around Eldora Speedway on this matter. And yeah, the track's been looking good every time I've got out there.
Moving on, Justin Fiedler with Dirt Tracker Daily on June 22nd talked about getting rid of show-up points for major events like the Kings Royal and Knoxville Nationals. He talked about how, for example, the World of Outlaw Sprint Car points would look different right now if that was the case. If you haven't heard it yet, I'm not going to give it all away. Check it out, Dirt Tracker Daily from June 22nd. And by the way, when you hear it, I will just say I agree with Justin on this one.
Yep.
Moving to Super Dirt Cup and takeaways from that, EJ was hoping to see Justin Peck make some strides as we talked about, but the start of the feature on Saturday night changed that. Tanner Holmes. He finished 5th all 3 nights. What a weekend for Tanner Holmes. What do you think about that, EJ? And was there anybody that stood out to you at the Super Dirt Cup?
Yeah, definitely what I think about Tanner Holmes, Josh. I mean, that's exactly what he needs. He's in good equipment and he's still doing the things that we know he's capable of doing. I honestly, Josh, when it comes to my mind to pick my winners for the Dirt Cup, the Big Cat was not at the top of the line for some reason. I don't know. If I wasn't sure he was going to be there, that's probably what it was, because he's definitely a threat anytime he shows up. But yeah, my pick for the week was James McFadden. I know he likes to come over here in the States, and I just know when he comes over here, he loves to drink beer out of his shoes. So I just figured that would be a good time to do it, and that's why that was my pick for sure. But Brad Sweet, definitely a big win there.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, and who else has been hot as of late? Brent Marks. One more lap, and maybe he gets that big check that the Big Cat was able to get his hands on. But he continues to build momentum at the right time. Brent Marks is hot. He seems to be staying hot, and it's the right time to get hot. He won on Friday, and 10 of his last 14 races, Brent Marks has been on the podium.
Yep.
Now, on the other side of all this, Rico had a rough weekend. Finishes of 10th, 18th, and 4th. Not the way you want to be heading for Rico. All the big money, big races are starting up. You're heading into the meat of it, and he is heading in the opposite direction. 10th, 18th, and 4th, just really a rough weekend, and I'm sure not what Rico was expecting. And the Big Cat may be retired, but he can still wheel a sprint car.
Yeah.
The picture shows the Big Cat with a big check. And I will tell you, I know the Houston High Banks Nationals is 300,000, could have been 400,000. I know the check's bigger, but I don't know. I saw parts from both, and I just didn't think Huset's felt big. Obviously they're trying to make it big and they're putting a lot of money on the line, but we've talked about this before. Money's not everything. $200,000 less there at the Super Dirt Cup, but check the stage out. I mean, you know, you've got a big difference between the picture here with Brad Sweet on the podium and what we'll show here in a minute with David Gravel and his $300,000 check. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's me, and that's not to say anything that Huset's is doing is wrong, because I know they're trying to build it up. It's just, it's going to take time, and nothing more I could say about that. Moving on to the High Bank Nationals, some of the takeaways from that. I saw some from every night, and I thought Garrett Williamson had a really good weekend and seems to be getting stronger in his second year with the Outlaws. Williamson had a third, a fourth, a ninth, and a seventh at the High Banks. Also enjoyed watching Sheldon. Honestly, thought he was going to be the man to beat Saturday. And also, I wondered at that point what was going on with David Gravel. Sheldon looked hot. I thought it was going to be his to win on Saturday. EJ, how were you feeling heading into Saturday?
Yeah, I was feeling pretty good, Josh. It seemed like the first 3 nights there, the track really had put on some good racing there. And then, yeah, on Saturday, it seemed like it was rubber down from about lap 3 or 4 in the feature for the rest of the way. So there wasn't any passing, and yeah, we seen David Gravel pick up the victory there. Definitely some good racing the first 3 nights, but like I said, Josh, I seen a big difference in the one track product from the first 3 nights compared to the last. But David Gravel definitely showed up on the boss's home track, and you know, help the boss take home some of his own money there.
Yeah, you know, I want to kind of go back to what I said. I wondered what was going on with Gravel. That's not to say he had any bad finishes. I didn't feel like he was the guy to win on Saturday. I mean, I've said it before. I think I said it in the last episode, like, best sprint car driver in the country. I'm not arguing that. I just felt like going into Saturday night, I didn't know that he was the guy. Then they had the King of the Hill, and that put David Gravel on the pole, and he takes home the big check from his boss. I know they want the High Bank Nationals to be a major event. We talked about this maybe in time, but it didn't resonate with me. And comparing the two, what are your thoughts on the Super Dirt Cup and the High Bank Nationals, EJ?
In comparison, it's 2 different beasts, 2 different tracks there. I really love Skagit a whole lot. And I was thinking earlier today, honestly, when it comes to big money, I really, really love the product Huset's puts on. And I love my big tracks in Eldora and stuff like that I've actually been to in person. But just the product that Huset's puts on more often than not is just really good racing. And yeah, I mean, they just keep growing that thing every single year. So hopefully the 2 sides can find a way to work together. That way we can see more drivers at both and see both events grow even more.
Yeah. Was it they announced the High Bank Nationals is moving back a weekend, so it's moving a week later in 2027, I believe. So that should allow for them both to be separate, and it'll be a quick turnaround, but they've done it before. You can certainly go from Skagit to Huset's in a couple days. So it'll be interesting to see what 2027 brings. But coming up next, EJ, you've got it. It's Pennsylvania SpeedWeek.
Yep, PA SpeedWeek, the 2026 edition of the prestigious Pennsylvania Sprint Car SpeedWeek is shaping up to be the biggest and richest in the history of the series. It looks like this year's 36th annual Pennsylvania Sprint Car SpeedWeek will feature more than $500,000 in prize money spread across 10 events is some of the most iconic dirt tracks, of course, out there in Pennsylvania and the whole country. The schedule includes 4 $10,000 to win races, 3 $12,000 to win, 1 $15,000 to win, Josh, 1 $20,000 to win, and the massive $50,019 to win Steve Smith Senior Tribute Race at Lincoln Speedway. The series will also pay a minimum of $750 just to start each main event. The events are, so Friday, June 26th, they will be at Williams Grove for $10,000 to win. Saturday, the 27th, at Lincoln Speedway for $10,000 to win. Sunday, June 28th at Baps for $12,000 to win. Monday, June 29th at Lincoln Speedway for $50,019 to win. Tuesday, June 30th at Grandview Speedway for $10,000 to win. Wednesday, July 1st at Port Royal Speedway for $10,000 to win. Thursday, July 2nd at Hagerstown Speedway is $12,000 to win. Friday, July 3rd at Williams Grove Speedway is $20,000 to win. Saturday, July 4th, Independence Day. Happy birthday, America. That'll be at Port Royal Speedway for $15,000 to win. And Sunday, July 5th, Selinsgrove Speedway for $12,000 to win. Anthony Macri was a 2025 champion. Who are you going to take for this Pennsylvania Speed Week, Josh? Let me know.
Well, it came out Anthony Macri is going to be back to defend his Pennsylvania Sprint SpeedWeek title. And I also want to say regarding Pennsylvania Sprint SpeedWeek, look, we know the people in PA love their sprint car racing. They know how to do their sprint car racing. The money they're paying out, start money on top of it, I mean, they're just doing it right. We've been talking about Ohio Sprint SpeedWeek and how great that was. Look, Pennsylvania, you got to put the races on, but they definitely got the folks over there in the tracks and the money to make it a hell of a week there in Pennsylvania. I think it's going to happen. My pick for the 2026 PA SpeedWeek champion, Chase Dietz.
Of course it is, Josh. He is the man out there. He is doing his thing. I mean, how can you go against Chase Dietz right now? I mean, he's been winning out there all year, and he's been consistent as well. I can't argue that pick because that's exactly who I was going to pick there. Something I noticed about this year, rather than the years past, they're going to a lot of different tracks here, Josh. It seemed like last year they went to Williams Grove a couple times, Port Royal a couple times, and they went to the same track. So I'm glad to see all these different tracks on here. And we thought the finale for Ohio Sprint Week was good pay. I mean, this is really good this whole week.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Pennsylvania knows how to do their sprint car thing. They're at Williams Grove twice, they're at Lincoln twice, and they're at Port Royal twice. I feel like there was another track or two, and I can't remember if it was weather related, but I remember them visiting tracks multiple times. So, hey, that's a lot of racing there. I mean, it's 10 races in 10 nights. Yeah, 10 races in 10 nights. Like, they're going to earn that money. That big money is big for a reason. Them boys are going to have to earn it over there in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Speed Week is coming at you.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. You said, was Anthony Macri, he was set to go for this or what?
Yeah, Anthony Macri will be back to defend his title. So that's certainly a pick you could have. I mean, he might hop in the car and rip off a few wins right away. Like, you can't rule it out, but I don't know. I'm sticking with Chase Dietz. I think he's going to be your 2026 Pennsylvania SpeedWeek champion.
Yeah, I agree. It just makes me think of Kings Royal a little bit there.
Well, yeah, I was hoping to see Casey Kane in that car for Kings Royal, but you know what? That lets Anthony come and defend his crown.
That's right.
He could go back-to-back at Eldora. So not only does he have the opportunity to go back-to-back for PA SpeedWeek, but if he's back in the car, he's going to be there next month at Eldora for the Kings Royal, and he could go back-to-back for that as well. So good to see Anthony Macri back. And also wanted to touch on a couple things. On June 20th, 17-year-old Bentley Potts died in an enduro wreck at Duck River Raceway Park. You never want to see that, especially when you got a kid that young. You hate to see that anytime that stuff happens. Thoughts are with the family, the workers, and the track there. Just a terrible thing that nobody ever wants to see.
Yeah, definitely not good to see there. Our thoughts are definitely with everybody involved with that. And this is definitely a dangerous sport to be a part of. And, we see that every single day. So definitely when you're out there at the racetrack, and make sure you get there, definitely be safe while you're there.
Yep. Cartersville Speedway is looking for help at the track on Saturday, June 27th. Back gate help from 2 to 5, front gate from 2 to 5, and 5 to 10 p.m. roughly, and concession stand help from 4:45 to 10 p.m. roughly. If you're willing to lend them a hand there at Cartersville Speedway, send them a message on their Facebook page. Last thing here before we wrap it up, Drake Troutman. He's 5th in the World of Outlaw points, and he's splitting from GR Smith Motorsports. Drake Troutman and GR Smith Motorsports going their separate ways, even though Drake Troutman's 5th in the World of Outlaw points. Crazy late model season has begun.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's been running up there too recently, Josh, in a lot of big races. So that's definitely a surprise to see him out of that 22 Star car.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh, no.
Monday, June 15th, Grays Harbor Raceway and the Timber Cup NARC 410. Tim Kading goes from 10th to the win. James McFadden, he goes from 12th to 2nd. Those guys just decided they wanted to be up front. And Justin Sanders would finish in 3rd in the modifieds. Tyson Blood gets the win. Kyler Moore in 2nd. And Brenton Schnitzer would round out the podium. Wayne County Speedway, Ohio Sprint SpeedWeek, Night 4, the Duffy Smith Memorial, the All-Star Circuit of Champions, the 410s. Kaleb Henry gets the win. Darren Knight in 2nd. And Brandon Spithaller in 3rd. Wilmot Raceway in the Summer Nationals with the late models. Jason Baker gets the win. Tanner English in 2nd. And Frank Heckernass Jr. in 3rd in the A-Mods. Jaden Fryer gets the win. Joel Crowbridge in 2nd. And Adam Abbey would round out the podium. Tuesday, June 16th, Eldora Speedway, the Jack Hewitt Challenge. And it was supposed to be night 5 of Ohio Sprint SpeedWeek. Unfortunately, that got rained out. Grandview Speedway and PA USAC Eastern Storm, night 1, non-wing 410s. Kyle Cummins gets the win. Jake Swanson in 2nd. Brady Bacon in 3rd in modifieds. Jeff Strunk from 14th to the win. Holy cow, Jeff from 14th to the win. Rick Lawback in 2nd and Craig Whitmoyer in 3rd. Lebanon Valley Speedway, Mr. Dirt Track USA in the modifieds. Stuart Friesen gets the win. Alex Jankowski in 2nd and Mike Mahaney in 3rd. Pro Stocks, Sean Perez Sr. gets the win. Tommy Dean in 2nd and Jason Casey in 3rd in the Sportsman. Tim Hartman Jr. gets the win. Craig Holey in 2nd and Owen Lewis rounds out your podium.
West Liberty Speedway out in Iowa for the Summer Nationals. For the late models, Chris Simpson picked up your win. Dallin Murdy in 2nd, Chad Simpson in 3rd. The modifieds, Spencer Dirks in 1st, Kurt Kyle in 2nd, Jace Eckridge in 3rd. Stock cars, Nathan Wood with the win. David Brandy's in 2nd, John Oliver Jr. in 3rd. The sport mods, Colton Livesey in 1st, Byron Eckridge and Bryson Eckridge in 2nd, Trey Rock in 3rd. The vintage late models seen Burt McDaniel pick up the win, Terry Matley in 2nd, and Mark Clays in 3rd. Midwest Jalopies, Michael Holsing with the win, Austin Hansen 2nd, Duke Fulton in 3rd. Then we go to Wednesday, June 17th. Bridgeport Motorsports Park out in New Jersey for the USAC Eastern Storm Night 2. The non-wing 410 seen Briggs Danner pick up the win. Mitchell Moles in second. Brady Bacon in third. The 360s, Tyler Ross with the win. Davey Franick in second. Josh Weller in third. Davenport Speedway for the Summer Nationals was a rain out. So we go on to Houston Speedway for the Houston Hustle Night 1. World of Outlaws Sprint Cars, Buddy Kofoid again win Houston's. Sheldon Hodenshield in second. Garrett Williamson in third. Thursday, June 18th, we go out to Big Diamond for the USAC Eastern Storm Night 3. The 410 non-wing sprint cars, Mitchell Moles been doing a lot of good in those cars recently. Picked up the win. Briggs Danner in second and Brady Bacon in third. And then Dubuque Fairground Speedway in Iowa for the Summer Nationals rained out.
Moved to Houston, and Houston's hustle $150,000 to win the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars, and Buddy Kofoid. He gets the win. Sheldon Hodenshield in second, and Ryan Timms in third. Skagit Speedway, Jim Raper Memorial Super Dirt Cup, Night 1, NARC 410. James McFadden gets the win. He gets a shoey. James McFadden with the win. Bud Kading in second, and Darren Pittman in third. The midgets, Alex Peck gets the win. Tristan Thomas in second, and Nick Evans in third. Wainsfield Raceway Park, Ohio Sprint SpeedWeek, night number 7. The All-Star Circuit of Champions, Chris Andrews gets the win. Bryce Lucius in second, and Nate Dussel in third. And USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets, Zach Weigel gets the win. Luke Hall in second, and Bryce Massengale in third. Friday, June 19th, 141 Speedway was going to have the World of Outlaw late models, but they rained out. Farmer City Raceway and the Summer Nationals and the late models, Jason Fager with the win. Ryan Unziker in second, and Clay Stuckey in third. Modifieds, Michael Long gets the win. Ray Bollinger in second, and Trevor Neville in third. Pro late models, Braden Johnson gets the win. Ryan Miller in second, and Chris Dick in third. Fremont, Ohio Sprint SpeedWeek, night 8. All-Star Circuit of Champions, Cap Henry with the win. Kaleb Henry in second, and Cale Thomas in third. And 305s, Brian Sabato gets the win. Tyler Schulich in second, and Jimmy McGrath would round out the podium.
And we go to Hilltop Speedway here in Millersburg, Ohio. In the late models, we seen Kyle Moore pick up the win, Corey Conley in second, and Ryan Markham in third. The modifieds, Kyle Moore, another win. Robin Dudson in second, and Mark Bayer in third. The mod lights was Jimmy Smith with the win, Carson Hubbard in second, and Logan Lewis in third. Mini stocks, Will Jensen in first, Roy Arenholt in second, and Billy Parson in third. The sport mod seen Braxton Wilson with the win, Tim Siddle in second, Connor Blair in third, Crown Vicks, Josh Wolfong got the win, John Wheeler in second, and Dane Kick in third. And the 270 wing micros, Skylar Klein with the win, Jada Gotchling in second, and Adam Gotchling in third. Houston Speedway for the High Bank Nationals night 1. Sheldon Hodenshield got the win for $20,000 there. Donnie Schatz in second with a good run. Logan Schuhart in third. I-96 Speedway out in Michigan for the Great Lakes Lightning Sprints. Jacob Sabaj got the win. Justin Ward in second, and Arlie Cooper in third. The IRA 410 scene, Clinton Boyles takes some time off from Kyle Larson's kids team, apparently, to go out there and get him a win. Paul Nienheiser in second, and Logan Julian in third. The modified scene, Casey Smith with the win. Jack Dahlman in second, and Luke Hubble in third. Then we go to Lima Land Motorsports Park. It's the 91st anniversary race there. The Great Lakes Traditional Sprints, non-wing 410s. Jacob Boxell with his first 410 win there. He's definitely a friend of the show there. Justin Engel in second. Ryan Barr, another friend of the show, round out the podium. Right. What do you think about those results there, Josh?
Man, love it for Jacob Boxell and the Four Kings Racing team, man. You know, I think he could have had a win earlier this season, but he got the win there at Lima. I know he was pumped. Good to see it for him, and really happy to see that third place finish there from Ryan Barr. Those guys have been building from last season, and they're getting back on track. A sixth place there at Mount Pillier, and before Eldora rained out, fourth quick in their group in qualifying. Then they go to Lima and they finish on the podium, heading in the right direction, and they're getting to head to Butler with USAC here this coming up weekend. So love to see it for Jacob Boxell, love to see it for Ryan Barr, and hope continued success for both of those guys.
Yep, let's see that confidence move forward. So, they're at Lima Land Motorsports. Like I said, Jacob Boxell got his first 410 win, Justin Engel in second, Ryan Barr in third. The modified seen Eric Kinney the second and first, Jason Kinney in second, and Shane O'Connor in third. The Thunder Stocks seen Jordan Conover pick up the victory, Zach Rush in second, and Tony Anderson in third. Lincoln Park Speedway out there in Indiana for the Power Ride 410s. The Shark Carter Sorf with the win, fresh off his Indiana Midget Week win. Dylan Bloomfield in second and Gage Montgomery in third. The modified seen Matt Mitchell pick up the win, Ryan Thomas in second, Kenny Carmichael Sr. in third. The Bombers, Braden Keller with the win, Josh Litton in second, and Katie Grigsby in third. Moeller Raceway Park out here in Williamsburg, Ohio for the Ironman Impact Race Gear 40, 5,000 a win for the Ironman late models. We've seen the Ironman late models. R.J. Conley got the win. Jason Jamison in second. Steve Peden in third. The Sport Mod seen Eric Shepard Jr. in first. Jerry Ulm Jr. in second. And Matt Watson in third. The Compacts, Kevin McCoy picked up the win. Christopher Meyer in second. Jared Gilbert in third. The Legends, Glenn Mitchell with your victory. Quentin Adams in second, Joey Brandon in third, and your Crown Vic seen Gavin Fields with the win, Vince Weinberg in second, and Brenton Hall rounded out your podium.
Moving to Needmore Speedway, they rained out. Ohio Valley Speedway in the late models, James Dennis gets the win, Kyle Bond in second, and Corey Miller in third. Modifieds, Casey Burdett gets the win, Booker Garnez in second, and Jason Brennan in third. Sport Mods, Reed Bishop with the win, Nathan Drake in second, and Jared Willis in third. Four Cylinders, Jamie Harper with the win, Patrick Wilberger in second, and Ted Dilley in third. Mini Wedge Veterans, Riley Carpenter with the win, Carson Burdett in second, and Cruz Thomas in third. Mini Wedge Young Guns A, Cohen Thomas with the win, Ethan Conrad in second, and Easton Magley in third. Mini Wedge Young Guns B, Matthew Chickalo gets the win, Tanner Shepard in second, and Gunnar Carroll in third. Skagit Speedway Super Dirt Cup Night 2, NARC 410. Brent Marks from 11th to the win. Brent Marks gets the win. James McFadden in second, and Levi Hillier in third. Midgets, Tristan Thomas gets the win. Nick Evans in second, and Randy Schaff in third. Smoky Mountain Speedway, the Mountain Moonshine Classic Night number 1. Lucas Oil Late Models, Brandon Shepard with the win. Dale McDowell in second, and Garrett Alberson in third. Sportsman Late Models, Jed Emmert gets the win. Hayden Carwell in second, and Jared Delk in third. Front Wheel Drives, Dustin Duncan gets the win. Nathan Adams in second, and Dustin Holt in third. And the Crown Vics, Jason Durham gets the win. Danny White in second, and Anthony Burrows in third. Williams Grove Speedway and the Eastern Storm with USAC Night 4. USAC Sprint Cars, Mitchell Moles with the win. Justin Grant in second, and Brady Bacon in third. And the Wing 410s, Freddie Raymer gets the win. Troy Wagaman Jr. in second, and Chase Dietz in third.
Saturday, June 20th, we go to 141 Speedway out in Wisconsin for the World of Outlaw late models. Bobby Pierce with the win. Tim McCready in second. Nick Hoffman in third. Your Sport Mods, Coy Viles with the victory. Ryan Basal in second. Elijah Koenig in third. Stock Cars, Sean Kilgore with the win. Cole Zorneski in second. And Nathan Loescher in third. Alltech Raceway in Florida rained out. Wayne County Speedway for the Ohio Sprint SpeedWeek finale, the All-Star Circuit of Champions 410, Zeph Sabo with the win, Darren Nida in second, Kaleb Henry in third. The late models, Kyle Moore in first, Doug Drown in second, and Justin Chance in third. Brownstown Speedway out in Indiana, the late models, seen Derek Groomer with the win, Chad Stapleton in second, Shelby Miles in third. Superstocks, Isaiah Sasser in first, Brandon Carr in second, and Zach Sasser in third. Them Sassers out there are really good.
Yeah.
Pure Stock seen Blake Hall with the win, Trent Adams in second, and JT Huffman in third. Hornets, Jeremy Wilson with the victory, Caleb Caldwell in second, Connor Garrison in third. Crown Vics, Jesse Stewart Jr. with the win, Matt Cranmer in second, and Todd Kane in third. Butler Motor Speedway up there in Michigan for the IRA 410s, Brock Hallett with the win, Travis Aarons in second, and T-Mez, Thomas Meserol in third. Modifieds, Garrett Rons in first, Mannix Furquerin in second, and Corey Bavard in third. The Four Bangers, Chad Minix with the win, Anthony Kaiser in second, and Dominic Morehouse in third. And Circle City Raceway in Indiana canceled.
Move to Crystal Motor Speedway for the Dan Sally Memorial Summer Classic, $11,000 to win for the late models. And in the late models, Eric Spangler gets the win, Devin Shields in second, and Brandon Thirlby in third. Modifieds, Jeff Ree gets the win, Mitchell Hunt in second, and Myron DeYoung in third. Street Stocks, Andrew Devers gets the win, Zayden Buskirk gets second place, and Mike Lynn in third. Compacts, Blake Goki gets the win, Mike Curie in second, and Drew Phillips in third. Pro Stocks, Curtis Rice gets the win, Ryan Teeter in second, and Kyle Hunt in third. Mini Wedge, 6 to 9. A feature, Axel Smith gets the win, Luke Van Herk in second, and Cruz Ray in third. Go to feature number 2, where Bryson Hilliard gets the win, Liam Mumal in second, and William Van Weyen Jr. in third. 10 to 14-year-old A feature, Paxton Ray gets the win, Bailey Sunderman in second, and Bentley Smith in third. A feature number 2 for the 10 to 14-year-old, Chloe Smith gets the win, Racer Smith in second, and Lucas Landpeard in third. In the Bombers, Nate Jones goes from 12th to the win, Hunter Feeney in second, and Justin Nowak in third. Florence Speedway, Ohio Valley late models versus Topless Outlaw late models. Zach Milby gets the win, Trent Green in second, and Randy Weaver in third. Sport Mods, Eric Shepard Jr. gets the win, Ryan Morton in second, and Andrew Corbin in third. Crown Vics, Nick Steck gets the win, Dakota Soul in second, and Brandon Cranmer in third. Legend Steve Parton gets the win, Levi Morris in second, and Glenn Mitchell in third. Moving to Goods Raceway with the junior sprints, Karen Tucky gets the win, Christian Simmerlink in second, and Aubrey Gismar in third. Junior Sportsmen's, Dallas Robbins gets the win, Brock Van Fosen in second, and Hunter Simmerlink in third. 270 Micros, Adam Gottschling gets the win, Mike Boroweek Jr. in second, and Jada Gottschling in third. Mod Lights, Luca Ledford gets the win, Blake Robbins in second, and Tyler Turner in third. Sportsman Modified Dwarfs, Tim Turner gets the win, Steve Mix Sr. in second, and Chris Martin in third. Sportsman Classic Dwarfs, Jake Toto gets the win, Steve Mix Jr. in second, and Jason Myers in third. And then Huset's and a High Bank Nationals, $300,000 to win. David Gravel takes the big check. David Gravel gets the win. Tyler Courtney just missed $400,000. Tyler Courtney in second, and Donnie Schatz would round out the podium.
Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park at I-55 for the Summer Nationals. Late model seeing Cade Dillard with the win, Shannon Babb in second, Tanner English in third. Modifieds, Hunt Gossam in first, Michael Long in second, and Chris Spalding in third. B-Mods, Matthew Edler with the win. Brian Vincent in second, and Steve Pacou in third. The Sportsman scene, Lee Stuppy with the win. Jeff LeBob in second, and Cruz Grafal in third. Lincoln Park Speedway for the Buckeye Bob 33 Memorial Race out there in Indiana. The non-wing 410s, the throttle, Shane Cottle with the win. Max Adams in second, Zach Pretorius in third. Modifieds, James Walters with the win. Braden Doyle in second, Cole Falloway in third. Mod Lights, Michael Mann in first. Joey Boyle in second, and Chris Hutton in third. Montpelier Motor Speedway out there in Indiana for Beach Party Nights, the John Halsey Memorial Modified scene. Dylan Woodling pick up the win. Bub Roberts in second, and Mike Learman in third. The Hornets, Josh Gamblin with the win. Brian Isley in second, and Jamie Razzo in third. The Superstocks, Irvin Turner with the win. Seth St. Myers in second, and Tony Anderson in third. The Street Sox, James Headley with the win. Corey Glassburn in second, and Caleb Nutter in third. Muskingum County Speedway for the Lucas Oil qualifier race. For the late models, Caden Black picked up the win. Todd Brennan in second, and Stephen Prince in third. So Caden Black will qualify for the feature there at Muskingum, right around Independence Day. So good for Caden Black to pick up that win there. The modified scene, Jason Brennan with the win, J.P. Roberts Jr. in second, and Rick Snell in third. Hobby Stocks, Dennis Adkins with the win, Roy Aaron Holtz in second, Trent Bishop in third. The 604 late models, Brian Nethers with the win, Logan Reed in second, Rusty Redmond in third, and Needmore Speedway in Georgia was another rainout.
Moving on to Oakshade Raceway, the 37th annual Barney Oldfield American Late Model Ironman Series. $5,000 to win there. And in the late models, Rusty Schlenk gets the win. Steve Kester in second, and Casey Noonan in third. Superstocks, Jake Rendell from 13th to the win. Jake Rendell gets the win. Mason Luttrell in second, and Jeff Fox Jr. in third. Compacts, Ryan Oakley gets the win. Jeff Wasnick in second, and James Stamper in third. Got some tough names here. EJ Port Royal Speedway, they rained out. Sharon rained out. Skagit. And the Super Dirt Cup finale, $100,026.26 to win with NARC. And Brad Sweet, the big cat, gets the win in the big check. Brad Sweet gets the win. Brent Marks in second, and Darren Pittman in third in the midgets. Tristan Thomas gets the win. Shane Smith in second, and Alex Peck in third. Smoky Mountain Speedway and the Mountain Moonshine Classic. Lucas Oil Late Models. Dale McDowell with the win. Devin Moran in second, and Brendan Shepard in third. Street Stocks, Robbie Comer gets the win. Greg Husky in second, and Bobby Petty in third. Sportsman Late Models, Jed Emmert gets the win. Ross White in second, and Zach Shannon in third. Crown Vics, Brandon Overton gets the win. Ricky Thornton Jr. in second, and Devin Moran rounds out the podium. What a interesting race there with the Crown Vics. I did not catch that. I knew about the Moonshine Classic and the Lucas Oil Late Models, but I did not know they were running Crown Vics as well.
Yeah, especially with the drivers that was running them. So,
yeah,
good to see Brandon Overton get the win there in the Crown Vic.
There you go.
All right, we're going to go out to Spoon River Speedway out there in Illinois for the Power Ride 410s. Dylan Bloomfield with the win. Kelby Watt in second. Colton Fisher in third. The Four Bangers, Kenny Butterfield picked up the win. Matthew Mackey Jr. in second, and Hunter Kelly in third. The E-Mods, Jake Allen with the win. Josh Allen in second, and Brody Mosher in third. Tyler County Speedway out in West Virginia for the super late models scene. Cody Rogers with the win. Travis Brown in second. Kyle Bond in third. Modifieds, David Stremme with the win. Casey Burdett in second and Jesse Wisecarver in third. Hot Mods seeing Nick Gorby with the win. Jason Todd in second and Carson Thomas in third. Sport Mods, Travis Thomas with the win. Kendall Hodge in second, Tyler Spencer in third. Four Bangers seeing Wes Tennant with the win. Jason Frazier in second and Brett Weekly in third. Mini Wedges with Brentley Carson with the win. Kendi Glover in second and Josh Baldwin Jr. in third. Pro Late Models seeing Santino Loretta with the win. AJ Spagnuolo or something like that was second.
Yeah.
And Dalton Atkins in third. The Mod Light seeing Josh Baldwin in first, David Seitz in second, and Rodney Settle in third. Mini Wedges, Cohen Thomas with the win, Hudson Burdett in second, and Miles Jett in third. Sunday, June 21st at Path Valley for the, that was a PA Posse 410s. Chase Dietz with another win out there. He's on top of his game out there in Pennsylvania. Logan Wagner in second, Billy Dietrich in third. Action Track USA for the USAC Eastern Storm. For the USAC non-wing 410s, Briggs Danner with the win. Kyle Cummins in second, Jake Swanson in third. Kyle Cummins is your 2026 Eastern Storm champion. Also, wingless 600 sprints out there, Connor Gross with the win. James Rosselli in second, Jared Kunkel in third, and Lincoln Speedway in Illinois for the Summer Nationals was another casualty to Mother Nature.
Yeah. Yeah, Monday, June 22nd, then Ogilvy in the World of Outlaw Late Models. Bobby Pierce gets another win. I think his 12th win on the season already. Bobby Pierce with the win. Nick Hoffman in second, and Ryan Gustin would round out your podium. And racing to come Tuesday, June 23rd, as we're recording this, Ransomville, the 41st annual Ron Martin Summer Nationals with Super Dirt Car Series. Wednesday, June 24th, Atomic's going to have Modified Sport Mods Ohio Valley Legend Car Series. I-94 is going to have the World of Outlaw Late Models. Thursday, June 25th, Lernerville and the Firecracker 100. Prelim night number 1 with Lucas Oil Late Models. Lucas Oil Raceway is going to have USAC Silver Crown.
June 26, Attica will have the AFCS 410s, the AFCS 305s, and the Super Late Models. Belleville High Banks will see the big one, night number 1 for the ASCS. Big Sky will have the Race Rudine Foundation, night number 1 for the High Limit Sprint Car Series. Cedar Lake will have the 12th annual World of Outlaw Showdown Day 1 with the World of Outlaw Sprints and the UMSS Traditional Sprints. Cochrane will have Hunt the Front. Jacksonville Speedway will have the IRA Sprints and the MARA Midgets. Lakeside will have the PowerI 410 Sprints.
Moving to Lernerville, Firecracker 100 prelim, night number 2, Lucas Oil Late Models. Macon's going to have US MTS. Limeland's going to have Modifieds, Thunderstocks, and the American Late Model Ironman Series. Millstream with USAC Sprints and Ohio Valley Late Model Dirt Series. Moeller, Modified Sport Mods Compacts, Ohio Thunder, IMCA 305 Race Saver Sprints, and US Legend All-Stars. Ohio Valley Speedway with the Mid-Season Championship, Modified Sport Mods, Front-Wheel Drive 4 Cylinders, WRA Mini Wedges, Tri-State Outlaw Street Stocks, and Super Late Models. Oshweekend with GLSS.
River Cities will have the World of Outlaw Late Models. Skyline with the Greg Schilling Memorial will have Super Late Models, Modifieds, and Sport Mods. Tri-City Speedway will have the PowerI 410s. Williams Grove will have PA Sprint SpeedWeek, night number 1. Saturday, June 27th at I-27 Speedway, the Ultimate Heart of America Super Late Model Series. Belleville High Banks will have the big one with the ASCS.
Then we'll go to Big Sky for the Race Redeem Foundation race with High Limit, Brownstown, and Hornet Special 2nd Annual Tony Lucas Memorial ILMS Pro Late Models, Super Stocks, Pure Stocks, Hornets, and Crown Vics. Butler's going to have USAC Sprints, Buxton Speedway with GLSS versus Southern Ontario Sprints, Cedar Lake, and the 12th Annual World of Outlaws Showdown with the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars, Circle City, Midwest Thunder 410s, Hoosier 305 Sprints, and Midwest Mini Sprints.
East Alabama will see the USCS. Fremont will have the 305 Sprints, Dirt Trucks, and the Ohio Valley Late Model Dirt Series. Florence will see the Slingin' Dirt Late Model Series, 3,000 to win there. Modified, Sport Mods, Crown Vics, and Legends. Goods here in Ohio will see the Junior Sprints, Junior Sportsman, 270 Micros, Mod Lights, Sportsman Modified Dwarfs, and Sportsman Classic Dwarfs. I-55 will have the IRA versus MOA Sprints. Lernerville will see the 20th Annual Firecracker 100 Finale and Bill Emig Memorial for the Lucas Oil late models.
Lincoln's going to have PA Sprint SpeedWeek, night number 2, Lucas Oil Speedway with PowerEye 410, IMCA 305s, and PowerEye War Sprints. Macon's going to have US MTS, Mudlick Valley IMCA, Ohio Thunder 305 Race Saver Sprints, Super Late Models, UMP Modifieds, and Sport Mods. Sonoya with Hunt the Front. Sharon's going to have 410s, B Mods, Big Block Modifieds, and Crown Vics.
Skyline Speedway will have the 5,000 to win American Late Model Ironman Series race. Modifieds and Sport Mods. Wayne County will see the 410 Sprints, Modified Super Stocks, Late Models, and Sport Compacts. Then we go to Sunday, June 28th, to BAP Speedway out in PA for the PA Sprint Speedway, night number 3. Hilltop has an Enduro. Nodak will have the World of Outlaw late models, and it looks like, after a long episode and a lot of recaps and racing to come, man, we're getting really busy, and that's the end of our racing to come.
Yeah, take a breath there. So I think at this point in the season, EJ, we might have to reconsider how we're going to do our race results and our racing to come, because holy smokes, there's a ton of racing out there. Before we wrap up this episode, EJ, you got any plans this weekend? Also, a note, I've got a pretty cool tank top on.
Hey!
Supporting the boys with dirt tracks and rib racks. EJ's got an awesome hat on. He's ready for the King's Royal. We're not that far away. Any racing plans for you this weekend?
I don't know, man. This thing's got bells on it and everything, man. So, I don't know, man. I'm finally around the boys again, so we're gonna take it a day at a time. I look to definitely have a summer full of fun with them, because they definitely deserve it, man. We've been a long time without seeing each other. I would definitely be at King's Royal. For sure. That's our vacation week. We'll be at Fremont, Attica the whole week. So,
nice.
And I would say before then, we will definitely get out to the track, but, I'm definitely glad to be back with the boys, and, glad to be making some more memories with them. But, I don't know about this weekend, but, day by day, just like, let's say I'm injured in NBA or something. So we'll decide tomorrow what we decide to do.
All right. Well, no plans for me. Hoping to get to the track, obviously, but it's not in the cards. I know Eldora and the King's Royal is coming up. That's not too far away. That'll probably be the next race for me. So looking forward to that. Got some pretty cool stuff we're working on. Some koozies and some gators. Won't have a whole lot, but we'll have some stuff. Once I get them in, I'll post some pictures so you guys can check them out. It's that time, starting to plan meals and all that, and King's Royal is almost here, so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for King's Royal, and hey, we're 30 followers away on Facebook from 500. If you don't already follow, please do us a favor and help us reach our goal. So, that's all I had, and like always, Josh, thank you for the opportunities to be part of the Dirt Court Jesters movements. And like always, let's go, Sheldon Hot Shield.
There you go, everybody. Like, follow, share, and subscribe. Thanks for the support. And hope to see you guys at the track.